Well, look, where I am precisely is Bashar al-Assad's presidential palace on the hilltop near to Damascus. And what you can see behind me is one of the reception halls and the place where some fighting took place, because indeed this is burnt down. In fact, when Bashar al-Assad fled the country, a group of civilians and also some fighters rushed up here in order to seize control of the palace. In fact, Bashar al-Assad had already fled, but his men defended this part of the building, which led to the destruction of this hall behind me. Now, what we're seeing here is an interesting scene, actually. We have people, simple civilians, who are here visiting, picking up things. The palace has already been looted and is damaged. There's quite a lot of damage inside, with basically all the furniture's been turned over. But still, you can see the level of luxury, obviously, that was here. There have been reports of people arriving, managing to get the presents that were prepared for the VIPs, including some Louis Vuitton bags and other luxury items. Also, a collection of sports cars that were in the basement of this building, in front of which I am standing. Now, for now, the palace is simply defended by a small group of fighters who are letting people in so they can get an idea. And earlier on, while I was touring this building behind me with a group of Syrians who were telling me, well, you know, how impressed and happy they were to be able to see this building, to be inside it, and of course marvel at the levels of luxury inside. So this is where I am right now.
And what, James, are the locals telling you about the situation?
Well, the locals are very happy. Yesterday we went to a market in central Damascus where, I mean, the activity was bustling, all the shops were open, there were a lot of people shopping, walking around. We spoke to a lot of people just after, actually, the new Prime Minister was nominated. And indeed, we asked them, what do you think of this decision? What do you think of al-Sham coming into power here? Basically, they said, look, we don't mind who's coming into power. We're just happy to see the end of the Assad rule. One young woman was telling me that what she wants is freedom. Another young man was telling me that what he wanted was an opposition. He said, look, in your countries, in democracies, there's always power and an opposition. We've had no opposition. We were not allowed to say anything for so many years. So he said, I don't mind who gets into power, but what I want is that there be a counterpower, someone who's in the opposition and who can keep whoever's in charge in checks. What we have seen as well is a city that is now much more calm than it was in the first day after the fall of Bashar al-Assad, where there was a lot of celebratory fire. There was also quite a bit of chaos with the Israeli strikes we could hear for hours. Well, today it is silent, calm, but still a lot of shops are closed, administrations are majority closed, schools are still closed, and of course there are a lot of people who are still very wary of coming out and seeing what the situation is on the streets. Of course, it's difficult to know who exactly is in charge, though we can tell that there are more and more security personnel on the streets of Damascus. As I speak, we really noticed that yesterday, securing things, trying to project this image that they are very much in control. And when it comes to the messaging, well, still this messaging by HTS that they want to be inclusive, that they want to create a government that will rule this country, and that will be for all Syrians. Of course, everyone is wondering and waiting to see what will eventually materialize. For now, it's a bit suspended, if you will.